Hello, good evening. It is Thursday today, it is the 3rd of January, and it's the first stream of the year, the first YouTube stream of the year, and I'm very excited. Exactly a month since the last one where we put up the little Christmas tree, but I'm back with another YouTube live stream. So hello, Happy New Year. I hope you have had a good first 3 days of 2019. I'm just going to wait and see if anybody is here. No dropped frames, which is nice. Stream health is good. Let me know if you are here in the chat. Don't forget, if you are on the chat, to go to live chat instead of top chat to make sure we don't miss stuff. I've already gone to live chat, so that's something. And we're public, so hopefully we're here. We're a nice live stream. But yeah, it's been a fun couple of days. I'm excited about the new year and all that is to come. And yeah, it's been good. It's been good. Hi, Phil. Hello. How are you today, this fine Thursday evening? How have you been? I assume that I am here. Hi Rob, good to see you. Silent Rob is no longer silent, but is instead Rob Silent. Thanks for coming, thanks for subscribing to me on YouTube, and it's good to see you here. It's good to see you here. It's just like Twitch. It's just like Twitch here at the moment. But yeah, thank you so much for coming over here. I appreciate it. And yeah, it's been a good couple of days on YouTube, so I'm so excited. Oh, hi Steve. Good evening, new gaming PC owner. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's not actually here yet. It's now coming tomorrow, but I'm really excited. I've spent the afternoon getting all of my files sorted and transferred to my external hard drive, so that 1, I have a backup, and so that 2, I can put them on the PC. I'm very much looking forward to it. A bit twitchy here so far. Yeah, a little bit twitchy here so far. Yeah. But yes, thank you. I am so excited to finally have a gaming PC, to be going back to having a PC as my primary form of computer usage. Not that I don't like you, Mac, very much. You've been doing very well, Mac. But yeah, I'm just in need of things that the Mac cannot provide. But yep, it's been really, really fun. Always a pleasure to talk to you, and to you, Rob, and to you. Is it coming early tomorrow? I don't know when it's coming. I've just got to wait for a phone call, and then I've just got to pick it up. And then it's probably going to just be on my floor for a few days. I mean, I'll try it, but I won't be able to actually do much until I get the screen and the keyboard. There's a few things I need to get before I can actually switch over completely. And the Mac's very big as well, so I can't like have them both out. I have to switch all at once. All at once. The PC might not be ready for the secret sub fortnightly Fortnite stream, Steve. Might not be ready. It might be, but it might not. Just to warn you, because I almost certainly won't have enough monitors at that point to be able to stream Fortnite. I can probably play at that point, but I probably can't actually stream yet. So might be the next one, the one after the one on Sunday, Steve. I am very well, Rob. I am very well. I am better today than I was yesterday, and yesterday I was better than I was the day before. Yeah, I have to go and collect it. Yeah, I have to go and collect it, and I haven't bought the monitors yet. I'm still looking. I know we had a little bit of a chat about that on the Discord, so I'm thinking I am going to decrease the size of monitors, just because this takes up an awful lot of space. You know, and also it's not going to be what I'm editing on, so it's not quite so important that I have like the screen be big. So I'm going a different route with editing. I'm going to get a little MacBook. So it's not so important that I have this big setup, so I think I can go a bit smaller. Steve has his dreams, yep. Well, they're my dreams too, But yeah, it'll probably be the stream after that, because I imagine it will take me a little while to get everything sorted and to reset up OBS and everything else. Hi, Green Machine. Good to see you. How have you been? How has your 2019 been so far? 24 inch is a good size. Yeah. So I was thinking of maybe 124 inch and maybe 121.6 inch because I saw a 21.6 inch that I quite liked. I'm wanting to get at least one of the monitors to have inbuilt speakers because, of course, I don't have speakers and I'm not used to having a computer which needs speakers, so I prefer to have like speakers in the monitor so I don't have to learn a new thing, which is to remember to switch on speakers every time. So I'm baby steps, you know how it is. Yeah, hi to both of the greens. Yeah, I hope everybody has had a good start to the year. We are always available for any Fortnite testing you need doing. Thank you, Phil. That may come in handy over the next few days. It's pretty much going to be the first thing that I do when I get the PC, because Fortnite is already loaded on it because I tested it by playing Fortnite in the shop. So it already has Fortnite on it. So when I have nothing else, I will have the PC, I will have my second screen here, which I will attach to it, and I will have the mouse and my Mac keyboard, which I'm assuming will attach to the PC, hopefully. And it will have just Fortnite on it. So that will be how I test that it works. I get matching screens if possible, looks much nicer. Ah, yeah. Okay, I'll see what I can do. That's a spanner in the works, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, I might be able to sort that out. I've had worse years so far. Well, that's good, I guess. But the Fortnite test is a regular thing in PC shops these days. Well, it didn't seem that usual to them. But it was the best way that I could figure out to work out how it was, because I didn't know all of the tech things, but I do know when Fortnite looks good. So I was playing on all epic, and I was like 120 frames per second, and I was very excited, and I was like, yes, this'll work, this'll work. Had a lot of fun today talking with an Austrian film blogger. Oh, that does sound like a lot of fun. You talk to very interesting people, Rob. That's cool. Yeah, I went shopping today, but all I bought were my Christmas cards for next year, because I'm a cheapskate who always gets my Christmas cards in the January sales. But it also means that, you know, my friends next year get better cards than they would do otherwise, because they're getting the more expensive cards that I can buy, and they're also getting different ones. You know, there won't be anybody else with the same cards as me, because, you know, other people aren't cheapskates and they buy their cards at a reasonable time. Yes, I wish I had any talent with languages. Phil, too. I have no talent with languages. I was learning French for years, didn't go well. Was learning German for a bit, didn't go well. Still trying to learn Japanese. It's not going that well. I am not good. My setup slightly annoys me as 2 screens are smaller, but I can't afford to replace all 3 at the moment. I like how symmetrical it is, though. I don't mind the screens being different, because my screens are different now, but only slightly. And at work, my screens are different sizes as well, so I'm sort of used to the screens being different sizes, and I'm used to sort of tailoring what I use them for depending on their size and shape, if that makes sense. So I kind of like that, having one screen that's better for something and one screen that's better for something else. I kind of like that. But I mean, you're right, aesthetically it definitely looks better when they look the same. Although I do like the look of your setup. I really like how your setup looks, Steve. Never played Fortnite, this old computer won't handle it. Ah, yeah, I empathise with that, Green Machine. I have had plenty of trouble with that. But yeah, I am a fan of Fortnite. I play it quite a lot. But it doesn't. This Mac doesn't handle it very well, which is a shame. Oh, crumbs! Hi, Salmon. Good to see you. How have you been? She made her best and worst movies list today, so lots to talk about. Oh, cool! That's exciting. I'd hoped to make another one of those blog posts of, you know, things that to look forward to in 2019 and stuff, but then I got ill at like the first couple of days and sort of the moment has passed, so maybe I'll have to write a blog post on my actual blog at some point. But yeah, the time passed. I am well, Salmon. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. I am well today. It's been a nice day. I've got a few days before I go back to work. I'm excited. You have some talent with English. That's good. I'm okay at English as well, more or less. Once you start playing, you can't stop. It's like Pringles. I know. Yeah, Fortnite is. Yep. It's definitely one of those sort of addictive type of games, but it's also really fun, and it's different skills, and each game is different. It's I don't know. I think it's a really fun game. I know what you mean, but if all screens are big enough to do everything, and anyone, yeah, I guess. Then I'll never start it. I've experienced online gaming addiction in the far past. Oh no, yeah. If that's the case, then maybe you're best having a computer which doesn't like Fortnite. Austrian is like German. Ah. I blame mouse... Well, yeah, I mean, to be fair, that probably is my fault, the Fortnite thing. Sorry. That is fair, Phil, that is fair. Because I started doing my secret sub fortnightly Fortnite streams, which my captions do not like. They don't like secret sub fortnightly Fortnite streams. No. But yes, I will accept that, Phil. And yeah, it's just like a bit of a what do you call it? Dominoes. Because yeah, Steve, you blame Phil for my Fortnite addiction, and Phil blames me. The blame, yes, chained. That's probably a better way. Mouse can't be blamed for anything. Thank you, Rob. Thank you. The Green Machine would blame me. It's just a bit of a chain of Fortnite. And if you watch the stream on Sunday, Rob, then you'll be you'll be a new link in the chain. Even if you're not playing, you will still be a member of the sub squad. Offline games don't addict me. It's when other people are involved that all my time gets sucked into it. Ah, yeah, that's yeah. I guess that is the aspect that would be the addictive part. Yeah. Because, I mean, I play lots of other... I mean, it's pretty much the only online game I play. The only online game that I play really is Fortnite, so... But yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Has anybody got any New Year's resolutions that they would like to share? I kind of always set up a few each year. Not anything too... You know, you must do this at this time. If you haven't done it by this time, then everything is bad. My name's Phil, anyway. Yep. After 6 years playing EverQuest, running 5 accounts. Wow. That's the game that you talked about in the Discord. Going to be doing more reading this year. Yes! That's a good New Year's resolution. That is a good New Year's resolution. That is, well, it's not actually on my list of New Year's resolution, but it's one that I am, I guess, doing because I'm doing the Discworld thing. So that's nice. I just wing it. You just wing it. Hi, Time and Chance. Good to see you. Yeah, I think that's probably the best way. Probably the best way because it's just, then you don't have the pressure. Maybe I should do that one year. Discworld for me too, yep. I'm gonna... Oh no, am I going to end up dragging people to Discworld as well? But yeah, I'm excited for the Discworld year or 2 years because I think it's like halfway through September 29. No, what year is it? It's 2019. So 2020 will be the year when we finish the Discworld series. So that's a lot. That's a lot. How is the weather in the UK? It's okay, it's very cold, but other than that it is fine. And when I say very cold, it's probably not very cold compared to a lot of places. It was like 4 degrees. To keep up with you, I won't even have time to read anything else, really. I probably won't have time either to keep up with my schedule. I haven't finished Colour of Magic yet. I've got about 40 pages left. I'd hoped, kind of, to be a couple of books in by now, to be honest, but never mind. I made a resolution years ago not to make any more resolutions. The only one I've managed to stick to. Ah, there we go. We need to take a leaf out of your book, Steve. We need to take a leaf out of your book. But yeah, I always try to set a few. I'm trying to, you know, take more me time, more relaxing time, you know, to kick back and not do stuff. I'm trying to do that this year. And hopefully that'll work out. I'm not into resolutions too. Yeah, I think it's probably better. Because, I mean, there's always, whenever I set resolutions, there's always some element which doesn't get met. Resolutions should be made when you're ready, not on a predetermined date. It's true, it's true. But I like the whole start of the year, you know, time to change things if you wish to. I kind of like that, the whole symbolism of it. 4 degrees, I'll take it. Last night's wind chill was minus 24 degrees. Polar bear weather. Ooh, that's cold. I will gladly take the 4 degrees. I will very happy to take the 4 degrees. What resolution did I stick to last year? Oh, that is a question. Has anybody, time is a wise decision. Yeah, me time. Yeah, me time is. Yep, I do have a tendency to work a lot. Oh, I forgot to put my phone on silent. What resolution did I stick to last year? I can't remember what resolutions I set last year, which is a bit of a shame because I only looked at them a couple of days ago. It is cold where Time and Chance lives. That does sound a bit chilly. Yep, I'm not sure I'd be very happy if that was a regular occurrence. I cannot cope with those temperatures. Cannot cope at all. Ah, you stuck to that resolution, did you? The 1920 by 1200 resolution. I'm trying to remember. It might have been something cosplay related. You got some snow here. Wow. We haven't had to deal with snow yet, and I'm very happy about it. What classics are you planning to read this year? I don't know, because the Discworld thing is going to take a lot of time, but the classics on my list of things that I want to read are Vanity Fair and I had some on my website. Vanity Fair, although that's probably not going to be one that I can do while I'm doing Discworld because it's so long. But I feel like there's like a James Joyce book which is on my list. Too high a resolution for you, yeah. Minus 24 degrees is around minus 10 Fahrenheit. Ooh. Hopefully somebody knows their Celsius to Fahrenheit scales because I do not. We get that here without wind chill, though not this winter. Ooh, crumbs. Yeah, I'm quite happy that we don't normally get that where I am in the UK. I'm sure it's happened at some point, but not regularly. Not regularly at all. Cold is real, snow is real. It'll be half spring in 3 months. Yep. Yeah, not long till spring now. Now we're in January. Are you used to reading 2 books a month? I did it for quite a long time. When I first did the Quiet as Mouse book club, when I first started it, I did a review every 2 weeks. And I alternated between classic and modern. And I kept that up pretty well. The occasional missed review, but mostly I did well. Then I had to move down to 1 a month, just because time and like work and stuff. And now I've moved down even more because I just got out of the habit of reading. So I just haven't been as big a fan of reading as I normally am the last few years. So that's a shame, but I'm hoping that I can get back to my 2 books a month habit with Discworld. Because I definitely, when I first read the Discworld series, I read far more than that a month. I read them very quickly. I mean, I think in one day I read 3 once. I remember that specifically. Or one of them was Eric, though, which is very short. It's like the shortest Discworld book. So one of the 3 was Eric. But still. Which book, Joyce book, do you want to read? Portrait of an Artist, Ulysses, or Finnegan's Wake? It was Ulysses was the one I was thinking of, but I do also have a Portrait of an Artist, and I might read that one first. -28 has been the coldest winter in my region. Wow! You should schedule a live stream every 2 weeks and we can all watch you reading. Not sure I like the sound of that, Phil. I mean, it's a nice thought, but I'm not sure that would be the best way to encourage me to read. I think that would be the best way to encourage me to be very self-conscious about reading, which would be a different thing and maybe not lead to me keeping on schedule with the Discworld Discourses series. So it's a nice thought, but I might not take you up on that. I do like a schedule, though. It is true. It is true. I haven't set myself a goal for live streams this year, actually, which is probably good. I'm trying to keep vaguely on the 3 to 4 weeks, thing. But, I'm just going to play it by ear and see how it goes. What's the most snow you've seen in the UK? A few feet. A few feet is the most I've seen. I used to go to Belfast a lot around Christmas, and there'd be often a lot of snow there. But I've definitely seen like 2 or 3 feet of snow. But I know a lot of places see far more than that. But it's true, I like a schedule. I like a schedule. If I can get onto a schedule, I'm happy. I'm laughing. So fingers crossed that Discworld Discourses continues along in this vein, because I'm very happy knowing exactly what videos I'm having on my channel every other Tuesday for 2 years. Is Ulysses really the hardest book to read? That is a good question, Salmon. I hope it's not, because I really want to read it. Has anybody read Ulysses here and can answer Salmon? Because that's a good question, and I want to know the answer now if I do want to read it. We don't get snow in Cornwall unless it's really bad elsewhere in the UK. Yeah, what sort of places in the UK get the most snow? I guess it would be Scotland. It's complex. Okay, so it's the complexity which makes it hard. Because I know a lot of people don't like War and Peace because it's got so many characters and it's got so much going on, and there's also a lot of dry prose, literary lecture type stuff in it as well. Would Ulysses be a similar sort of experience where it's a lot of patience required and concentration? Is it that sort of thing? I'm okay with snow as long as it's scheduled. You are right. You are right, Green Machine. That is very, very true. If I know that it's coming and if I can schedule myself so that I don't have to go anywhere, that is okay. If I do have to go anywhere or it's a surprise, then no. No snow for me, thank you. I heard an audio form once. I heard an audio form once, although I've only listened to the first episode or something, and there were about 5, and Andrew Scott was in it. It was on the BBC Radio a few years ago. It's probably possible to get it either on the BBC iPlayer or Audible or something, but there was a one with Andrew Scott in it, and it was Ulysses, and I quite liked episodes 1 and 2, and I have the rest of them, but I haven't listened to them yet. So that's a good shout to maybe look out the audio form to get the Ulysses experience. I certainly found that useful when I was reading War and Peace. I listened to an audio, a BBC again, audio adaptation of War and Peace maybe a couple of months before I started reading the book, and I found that very useful at the beginning to just be able to get a handle on the characters, because, I could think of the actor names and I could sort of keep hold of that while I was starting the book. Once I got into the book, it wasn't a problem, but it was helpful at the start that I'd listened to that audio drama. And then, of course, the War and Peace adaptation was on TV afterwards. Never read Ulysses, but I read the Iliad. Oh, don't bother reading the Iliad. I think I have the Iliad as well. You had the German version. Ah, I see. Yeah, I should look out that. I should find that Ulysses adaptation, because that would be a good way of me sort of dipping a toe in the waters. I must have it around here somewhere. I think it might be on my phone. Ulysses has stream of consciousness writing in it. You can get the reader dizzy in a sense. Ah, okay. So yeah, I can imagine that would be... I'm not sure I've ever read anything that's stream of consciousness. I'm not sure I would like that very much, to be honest. I have enough with my own. That's exhausting enough. But yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure it will be fine. We'll see if I get to it this year. I mean, if it is quite a difficult book to read, it might be an idea to try and read it while I'm reading Discworld, which I find very, very easy to read. That's the thing which might make it more likely. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see how well I get into Discworld books, because if I get very ahead, or if it gets so that I can be reasonably certain that I will be able to read the books in this amount of time, that's maybe when I'll start looking into reviewing other things as well as Discworld. But for the moment, for the first few months of this year, I'm definitely just going to concentrate on the Discworld discourses, book reviews. So second half of the year, I'll try and get some more book reviews. But I think to start with, I just want to be sure that I can definitely do the schedule that I have set myself with the Discworld books. Many thoughts to be followed in Ulysses. I keep getting tired while reading. I never used to. I think it's because there are no moving images and sounds and my brain is wondering what's going on. Yeah, it's tricky finding the best times to read, because some people like reading before they go to bed. I've never been able to do that. I tend to read when I'm commuting, or when I didn't commute, I used to read between like finishing work and eating food. You know, having dinner, or like on lunch breaks. That sort of thing. That would be when I would read. Or when I was at school, I'd set myself like an hour or something of reading. From, I think it was like 7:30 to 8:30 or something. So that might be a way, if you're not getting on too well with the nighttime reading. Or early morning. I know some people read early morning as like a nice way of getting up. You know, as an alternative to my way, which is to look at my phone for like the first half hour after I'm awake. Stream of consciousness stuff is found with Joyce, Virginia Woolf, and Faulkner. Ah, I have never read any of those. Are you imagining the images and sounds? Hopefully. That's your problem as well, Steve. Virginia Woolf is... Who is afraid of Virginia Woolf at time and chance? The Garden of the Wolves is wonderful. There's so many books. There's so many great things that we can read. I read before bed, but only things I've already read before. Yeah, I feel like that would be the way of doing it, where it doesn't really matter if you drift off or miss bits. I think that's a good way of doing that. But I don't know. I find I think too much about the book if I'm reading before I go to bed. But then my friend just reads, that's what she does. That's when she reads. It's just before she goes to bed. Doesn't matter what time of the day, reading makes me sleepy. Yeah, that's a problem. That's a problem. But you've read Discworld, haven't you, Steve? Yeah, I'm gonna need to find a schedule. I'm reading on my commute, so that's good. That gets me quite far. But I should probably set aside like a half hour or something every day as well, and that'll probably work out. I'll probably work out. War and Peace is a realist novel. Ever read Middlemarch by George Eliot? No, but funnily enough, that's also on my list. I want to read that. You've read some. Cool. I really like War and Peace, though. I mean, it's one of my favourite novels. It's not my favourite. Les Miserables is my favourite, which again is one of those type of novels, you know, the big blocks, lots of characters, random essays in the text. But that's my favourite novel, Les Miserables. I think I got partway through Weird Sisters and lost the book. Oh no! You don't want that. You don't want that. That's frustrating. In fact, lost all the books. Oh no! You lost all of the books. That's not ideal. Not ideal at all, Steve. My parents put them all in a box somewhere. Oh no. So they're all together, but you don't know where they are. Oh, a mystery, a mystery. That's a great shame, Steve. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope that they turn up eventually. But these things happen, I guess. Have you read The Count of Monte Cristo? Oh, I haven't read that. It's not actually on my list. I think that's the first book you've mentioned, Time and Chance, which isn't on my list of things that I want to read and have not read. But would you recommend it? I mean, I'm loath to add something else, but I like books. I don't own it, though, so that would be a flaw in the plan. Is that another, like, brick of a book? We should make a big long list. They're either in the mess of stuff at my parents' house or in storage somewhere. Oh no. I hope you manage to get them eventually. But yeah, I love those books so much. They're so great. I'm looking forward to reading them all again. Orlando is a good first book to read from Virginia Woolf. Ah, okay, cool. That's a good recommendation there from Rob. Orlando, a good first book to read from Virginia Woolf. Okay, I will. I should make note of it somewhere. I have the list. I have the list. So I could. Whoops. I can add Count of Monte Cristo if you want Time and Chance. Where's the list? There's the list. Books. Orlando. Virginia Woolf. Only read short version of The Count. Do you like vengeance books where the baddies get what's coming to them? Yes, I like vengeance books where the baddies get what's coming to them. I also like vengeance books where the baddies don't get what's coming to them. I'm not fussy. Okay, I'll add it to the list then. Count of Monte Cristo. I am happy to add it. I mean, a lot of these I'm probably not going to get to for years and years, but I think it's good to note them down when the opportunity arises. You always review books you read now, which must make you think about them more carefully as you read them. I think that's true, Phil. I think that's true. Definitely. You definitely read them differently when you know you're going to have to talk about it afterwards. Takes you back to the school way, I think. Although I probably read them in less depth than I did when I was at school. You know, you don't have to go into that much detail as you do when you're studying them, but it's still you have in my mind. I start thinking about what I'll say as I'm reading, so that's true. I never get any time that's quiet enough to concentrate on reading. Plus, I don't want to fall asleep on time. Yes, with your falling asleep while reading problem, Steve, I feel like that could be dangerous if you read too much. Maybe combine books with coffee. That might be the way. That might be the way of sorting that out. You can combat this, Steve. The main character also changes gender in his time travel. Oh, cool. I will look it up. I will look it up. Ever tried Crime and Punishment or Brothers? Yes, I have read Crime and Punishment. I liked it well enough. It was okay. I think I reviewed it. I can't entirely remember my thoughts on Crime and Punishment. I think it was one of those books where I was like, it's fine. So yeah, I've read Crime and Punishment. I haven't read Brothers Karamazov. Books with coffee is a good idea. Yep, you can combat this, Steve. You can combat this. Yeah, there's always a way. There's always a way. I mean, it doesn't have to be every day as well. Once a week, maybe. Coffee doesn't help. Oh no, I think my body has built up a tolerance to the caffeine over the years. Ah, well, that was almost a solution, but not quite. Not quite. Some books get the coffee inside. Yep, that won't work. It would work for me because I don't drink coffee. It would make me very, very jittery. How many Dickens have you read? I have read... Oh, how many Dickens have I read? I've read Oliver Twist. I've read Christmas Carol. I've read Great Expectations. I have read Bleak House. I've read Little Dorrit. So that's 5. Tried reading on the bus. Nearly missed my stop. Oh no. Oh, I read on the bus all the time. But yeah, I can see how that could happen as well. That's 5. So maybe 5. 5 Dickens. It is fun. It's one of my dreams to read the entire works of Charles Dickens. I have them all, so I really want to read them all at some point, but I haven't got that far. That's another option, Green Machine. Guess Fortnite might be your coffee. Yeah, that's true. Although Fortnite with reading might not work as good. Coffee does help. So it's just your tolerance is too high, Steve. But generally, coffee does help. Oh, I'm trying to think if I've read any more Dickens now. I'm going to be thinking about that for a while. I could get a list, couldn't I? Let's see. I'm going to do this. It's going to be. Come along, Firefox. We're doing updates. We're doing very important updates. I've only read 3 Dickens. Long, and more long books, yes. Yep, very long, because he got paid by the word. Right, let's see. I don't react to coffee somehow. Oh no! I react too much, I have stopped. Right. Charles Dickens books. Let's see. Have I read any more? Where's this list? Where's this list? Pretty much pick up a book 10 minutes later I'm dozing off. Oh no, put on a game and it's 3 in the morning before I know what happened. Oh. Games are your coffee. What if you read Choose Your Own Adventure, Steve? That's more like playing... Yeah, Choose Your Own Adventures are good. Has anybody seen Bandersnatch yet? I recommend it. Fortnite might be a good coffee brand then. Try Copperfield, Our Mutual Friend, Dombey and Son. Cool, that's good recommendations there. Oh, have I? Yep, everything's okay. Problem is I've seen so many adaptations that some of them I think I've read, but I haven't. No, I was right. Those are the 5 that I've read. I haven't read any more. There we go. There we go. You saw the reviews. My reviews or other reviews? I wish I had something that could put me to sleep so reliably. Yeah, that's true actually. At least you know that that will happen, Steve. The Bandersnatch episode is clever. You saw Bandersnatch as well, Green Machine. Yay. Yeah, I was really impressed with Bandersnatch. I recommend it if you have access to Netflix, because it was such an interesting concept. Used to read those as a kid, but I didn't used to fall asleep reading when I was younger. Not tried reading one of those in many years. I haven't tried reading one of those in many years either, but I used to read them as a kid as well. There used to be a lot of them around. I used to get all my books from the library. There must be adult ones as well, like in Bandersnatch. Oh, you saw the review. A lot of reviews on the Black Mirror episode. Ah, I see. Yeah, it's certainly been getting people talking over the last few days. Are people generally calm or stressed in the UK just now? Generally pretty stressed. I can't think why, time and chance, but generally pretty stressed. Although it's been a nice reprieve with the whole Christmas season for a bit. People being more calm and happy over Christmas. I know I will fall asleep. I don't, however, know where the book will end up if I try reading in bed. It tends to fall on my head, though. Oh no. Oh no, we must help Steve with his reading problem. This is a whole thing. I'm going to be very concerned. Oh dear. Oh dear. But yeah, maybe try. Maybe that's a good shout, to try a choose your own adventure book. Dickens was a good narrator. Yes, I really like Dickens' voice. I know that a lot of people find it, just too wordy, because why use 3 words when you can use 17? Dickens is very much that person. But I really like it. I really like his writing style. Yeah, you need audiobooks. That's true. Do you read audio? How do you say it? Do you say read audiobooks or do you listen to audiobooks? Either way, do you read many audiobooks, Steve? I've never got on too well with audiobooks, oddly. I've never been able to become as engrossed with them as I do with read books. It's interesting. My attention wanders far more easily, and I tend to miss so much. Where do UK people traditionally vacation to in the winter? That's a good question, time and chance, and I can't entirely say that I know. A lot probably go to family, either in the UK or elsewhere. I wouldn't say that there's a specific place, for instance, in Europe or elsewhere that people in the UK flock to over Christmas. That's an interesting question. Reading classes. Eye strain isn't always... Yep, could be. Eye strain isn't always noticeable, but it tires you out. He did tours reading his novels. Yes, he did. That was in Doctor Who. That was in Doctor Who, that was. Series 1, Simon Callow. I think we tend to save our money to vacation in the summer. Yeah, that's true, actually. I would say that summer holidays are more of a general UK thing, because school holidays in summer are 6 weeks, whereas there's only 2 weeks off over Christmas. So if people were taking 1 holiday a year, it would probably be in summer, I would say. Listen to audiobooks, but not often. Ah, I see, time and chance. You eat audiobooks. That's interesting. I've listened to a few, just more pricey than the paperbacks. That's true, that's a problem. Yeah, because I know that the Discworld books are audiobooks read by Tony Robinson for the most part. Or entirely. It's either entirely Tony Robinson or a lot Tony Robinson, and I believe they're really good. But it's true, they are more pricey. They're more difficult to get elsewhere as well. Like, I get a lot of books in charity shops. Wouldn't find so many audiobooks there. Is listening to an audiobook reading? I don't know. I'm inclined to think that it is. I think it's reading. You're still getting the story. Yeah, what flavour of audiobooks do you like to eat? How long does it take to drive from the Channel Coast to far northern Scotland by the quickest route? Crumbs, these are questions that I do not know the answer to, time and chance. Licorice flavour. Lovely. You think I would get on better with audiobooks, though, because I get on okay with podcasts. The optician says I have 20/20 vision. He was actually surprised considering I work 8 to 12 hours a day on a PC screen or 3 and then turn the PC on when I get home too. That's quite an achievement, Steve. That is quite an achievement. You have a skill. So yeah, that is quite something. I have the opposite. I have distance glasses, so I'm okay for a screen. But if I'm in the cinema or watching TV, that's when I need the glasses. It takes me 5 hours to get from north of London to Cornwall in the southwest. Okay, so that's a start. So now we just need to work out how to get from there to Scotland. Feel like Google would be our friend here. But yeah, it'd be a while, but not that long. Like, you can get across Norway in a day, can't you? So it must be less than that. Trying to rotate the country in my mind to face up to Scotland. Yeah, I've never driven that far. I've been to Scotland, but I went by train. If I'd been by coach, I would have had far more of an idea and be able to answer your question. Yeah, you can definitely do it in a day. Any high-speed trains in the UK? Lots of high-speed trains. I mean, most of the trains that I go on are high-speed. 9 to 9.5 hours from Dover to Scotland-ish. Ah, there we go. Thanks, Steve. Yeah, lots of high-speed trains. You can definitely get to Edinburgh in a couple of hours, or is it 3? I can't remember things. Before TV they had radio shows. People never said they read those, so I'll say, eating joke aside, the audiobooks are listened to, not read. That is true, actually, Green Machine. I can see your points there. I can see your points. Yeah, maybe I think you probably do listen to audiobooks as opposed to read audiobooks. But my brain keeps wanting to say read audiobooks. It's weird. But yeah, I think you're right. But they do still have radio shows. And I do listen to those. Just reading the travel reports through Europe by Mark Twain. Oh, is that good? You're being read to by the person reading the book out loud. Yes, I guess that's what's happening. You're not actually reading. Yep. You're right. I have changed my thoughts. I have changed my thoughts and my mind completely. It's around 500 miles or so, I think. Yeah, it's there's lots of high-speed railways in the UK, and I think they're always building more as well. My eye looks red on the screen, but it's not. Witty reading. Is it? Is it? Oh, is it good? Okay, that's interesting to know. We're getting all sorts of recommendations today. Now I've got that song by the Proclaimers in my head. Do you pay less attention when listening to an audiobook than when you have a lot less attention? That's my problem. That's why I can't listen to audiobooks at all. Yeah, it's that's my problem. It's exactly my problem. When I'm reading the words, I get more engrossed. But when I'm having it read to me, I cannot keep hold of it at all. Yeah, much literature today. Our conversations in these live streams always go onto books in like no time at all. It's great. It's great. Canada has 0 high-speed trains. That's a shame. But Canada is so much bigger. I mean, how long would it... I mean, even between towns, right? That's a long distance. So it's just such a bigger scale than here. Depends on how your comprehension works. That's true. Yeah, that's definitely true, Green Machine, because some people who have more like auditory... what's it called? A more auditory brain would definitely get on better with them being read than read to than reading themselves. Can you tell I am wondering if I can cheat by getting the Discworld audiobooks instead? That wouldn't be cheating, Phil. That would be a perfectly reasonable way of reading anything. Like, I am not against audiobooks at all. I think they're fantastic, and it's such a good option that we have now that we didn't used to have so easy access to in the past. That makes it so much easier for people to read in a different way. You know, because people listen to audiobooks at times where they wouldn't be able to read, like when they're driving or when they're working out. And it's a way of still reading the book, even though you're not reading the book. And there's so many great, you know, audiobooks that are read so well. They're building one high-speed train between Toronto and London. That's it. Is that, I assume that's the other London. Not done the tip from Dover, but from where I am, just north of London, took about 6.5 hours. Wasn't exactly steep, and I think I got to Dover in 2. That's interesting. When listening to a recording, the words don't wait for you to catch up. Yeah, that's true. I think, yeah, there are flaws to the audiobook system, I think, but they're so great as an alternative. Written words wait for you. That's definitely true. I like the way you've put it as well, Green Machine. One can do housework while listening to an audiobook. That's true. In an ideal world, you'd be able to have the audiobook at the same time as you have the actual book, and the audio recording would pick up where you'd finished reading, and then when you stop, your bookmark for the book would be in the right place so that you could experience the book throughout your day, either reading it or like doing other stuff while it's being read to you, and that would be cool. That would be cool. Oh, Rob, have you read anything from Kafka? I would hate to listen to myself reading the book so slowly and rereading bits as I lost concentration. Yeah, sometimes when I was younger, when I was having trouble concentrating on books, I would read them out loud, though. It would be a way of getting my concentration back, because you're reading it slower when you're reading it out loud, I think. And also you're concentrating on your reading, so you have to concentrate more on the words. So when I used to have to read books for school and stuff, and there'd be a deadline, and you're like, I have to read this chapter. I can't just stop when I've lost concentration. That's how I would solve the problem. I would start reading out loud just wherever I was. I'd just start reading out loud until I got back into the story. So that's an option if you have trouble concentrating on reading for long periods. Just try reading a bit out loud and then go back to reading silently when you're back into it. So yes, it might help if you read out loud to yourself, Phil. It might. Oh, I've missed some comments. I was rabbiting on for too long. Canada's distances are nuts. 5 hours to fly from Montreal to the east wow. That's a long flight just to go across a country. Wow. Need a good person to read the book for an audiobook, though. That is true. That is definitely true, Steve. Someone like Stephen Fry or Charles Dance wouldn't want Alan Carr's voice. Yeah, Alan Carr has many skills and talents, but I'm not sure I would want him to be reading an audiobook. But yeah, those voices are good. There's a lot of really great voices. I really like that Tony Robinson reads the Discworld books, although I haven't actually read any of them. But yeah, Stephen Fry's the famous one from Harry Potter, isn't he? Might try that. Yay! Let me know if it works. I'd be interested. I haven't tried it for years. I forgot that I did it until we were just mentioning it there, and it all came flooding back that I used to do it. Maybe I should try it as well when I lose concentration, although obviously not when I'm on the bus or something, but when I'm at home. Canada is from yeah, it's very far. Imagine there's software that watches your eyes as you read the screen. It could read to you as you read. That would be something. There's software that can read out text, isn't there? So maybe there's a way of Maybe there is a way of doing that thing which I mentioned before. Were you a star student in school? Not me. Not you, Time and Chance. I wouldn't say I was a star student in school, but I did okay. I could record my own audio reading of the book and try and give everyone different voices. You could. You would be a voice acting star by the end. There's so many characters in Discworld. But you could. That would be exciting. That would be another way of getting into the books and getting into the characters. Stephen Fry is, yeah, brilliant. Very good audiobook narrator. I agree. Mouse is reading from her script she prepared for today's live stream in the closed captions, and that's working well. You caught me. You caught me. Yep. Sometimes I go off script, but whatever's in the closed caption is definitely right in what I'm supposed to be saying. Did you say read the Discworld one, Tony Robinson? Or Audible have the series read by Nigel Planer. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting because in the back of the books that I have, they have like the audiobooks for sale and they're read by Tony Robinson. So maybe Audible have had them read again by Nigel Planer, or maybe Tony Robinson did the early ones and Nigel Planer took over. That's interesting. I want to find out what that's about now. But Nigel Planer's a good voice. You were met in school. Ah. Oh, crumbs. How is it? Okay, we have 4 minutes left of the stream. Does anybody have anything they want to talk about to finish the stream? Oh, I meant to show you. Look, I have a Groot t-shirt. I have a little Groot t-shirt on. We have added to the amount of Groots and BB-8s in the background of my streams. Have you read A Little Woman? By Kafka. Oh, a question for you, Rob. You were in school. Okay. Well, that's something, Steve. Yay, Groot, exactly. So how many Groots are in the background and how many BB-8s are in the background? I think it's the same amount of each, actually. It is, it's the same amount of each, if we include the t-shirt. Yay for Groot t-shirt. Yay, I got it for Christmas. Groot has a fancy party hat. Yes, it is Christmas cracker hat. Just to celebrate the New Year and Christmas. Ever want to be an audiobook reader? You have a good southern UK accent. I would love to be an audiobook reader. I do lose my voice very easily, so I'm not sure that I would be a very good one. But I would love to be an audiobook reader or a voice actor. I would love to do that. Although that's mainly because of Critical Role and being obsessed with all of the cast and wanting to be them. I want to be them. I want to be a voice actor too. But I would love that, Time and Chance. I would love it so much. Your accent is pretty incredible. Now we just need a BB Groot. We do! I like that. We need a BB Groot. We have to get on that. We do. Maybe next stream. Can you see the cogs starting to turn in my brain? That's what we need. We need a BB Groot and we need a... Oh, Groot 8. No, that doesn't work at all. No problem. They found BB-8 in deep space on New Year's Day. They did. I saw the picture. Good old BB-8. I love BB-8. Crafty Mouse has a plan. Yep. Oh dear, Crafty Mouse. We'll be back. We'll be back. I forgot I was going to move the tree so that I could see, so that we could see the star better, but I forgot. Oh well. At least you can see that there's a star. Next stream you can try reading a 5-minute text of your favourite fantasy novel. Test drive. Oh, okay. Remind me in the next stream, and I'll pick a book and read from it if you want. You can barely stop me reading in my Twitch streams. Whenever there's anything that I can read, I'm always like, yes, let's do that. No matter about the plot and all of the scary things we're going to read. But yeah, I hope everybody has had a really good day and has a good evening, and that you've had a good start to the year. And I'm very excited for all of our future live streams this year, and for all of the book reviews that are coming this year. Now that we have a schedule, we can give you a rating how we think you did. Oh, that sounds nice and not scary, Phil. That's definitely what we want. As long as you're kind, then that's okay. And my novice voice reading skills. Yep. But yeah, it's been really fun. I know, the hours ended so fast. I know, like, the last time I looked at the clock, it was 25 past. And I was like, wow, time has flown, it's 25 past. And then it's like 4 minutes to 8 the next time that I look. And now it is 8, and I should probably stop rabbiting on. Lots of fun plans this year, it's true. And more cosplay plans. I want to get a Jester cosplay shoot done, and I want to make the final Jester video. I'm so excited. And I'm thinking of theming my cosplays this year to sort of give myself more structure, and also a way of curbing my workload by having them in, like, you have to be from this thing. So I'm thinking of theming my cosplays this year. Yeah, we will be fair in our criticism. Thank you, Phil, thank you. You must be on a delay. Oh no. Greetings to Canada. Yeah, greetings to everyone. Actually, I was reading that story just before joining this live stream. Oh, were you, Salmon? Oh, awesome. Well, I hope it is good. So yeah, thank you so much everybody for joining me today. It was really fun to talk to you, to start the year with a nice little live stream, talking about books and all sorts of fun stuff. And yeah, I will be back with another live stream, hopefully in 3 or 4 weeks. Let's try and keep the train going. We'll see how it goes. I will let you know in the normal ways in Mouse Moments. My next YouTube video will probably be Mouse Moments. It won't be tomorrow, unfortunately. It will, I hope, be on Sunday. So that's when you can next expect to see me on YouTube. But on Twitch, I will be streaming tomorrow and starting Skyrim at 1 PM GMT if you want to hang out there for a bit and see me make my own character in Skyrim. It'll be really fun. So yeah, you are very welcome, Phil. You are very welcome. And thanks everybody for keeping me company and stopping by. I imagine I'll be on Critical Role's second campaign by the time you do another Jester video. Awesome! I'm so happy that you've been watching Critical Role Green Machine. I can't even begin to tell you how happy I am that you've been watching it. You'll be far ahead of me. I'm still in I'm still in the 20s on Critical Role's first campaign. I'm up to date with the second, but the first, But I'm hoping, I'm going to put it on my, me time, as one of my me time activities is to watch Critical Role. So hopefully this year will be the one where I finally manage to make some time for Critical Role Season 1. But I'm so happy that you've been watching it. I'm really excited. Tomorrow is Friday. Tomorrow is Friday. I'm not streaming tomorrow. I'm streaming on Saturday. Oh my gosh, I have lost a day. So thank you for pointing that out to me, Steve. I'm not streaming Skyrim tomorrow. I'm streaming Skyrim on Saturday at 1 PM GMT. Oops. So yeah, I will see you in a couple of days if you are following me on Twitch, and I will see you in 3 days if you are following me here. There we go. Oh dear, that was... I lost a day there. You just saw it happen on stream. Nice work, Green Machine. I couldn't get through it. Yeah, that's quite an achievement. That's quite an achievement because they're very long. But yeah, I'm so excited to get back to watching them. You are PC putting together tomorrow. Well, I am PC getting hopefully tomorrow. I don't have the rest of the things to put together the PC. Although I mean it will be put together. It's just like the monitor and the keyboard and stuff I don't have. But yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting. Anyway, I should go. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me. It's been so much fun, and take care and enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you so much. Bye.